introduce yourself?
Right, my name's Paul, and this is my friend Gary T. We've known each other for many, many years. We used to be a band in the 80s together, didn't see each other for many, many years, and he went off and got married, and I didn't. But we maintained our musical connections, and then we rejoined again, and we joined a band, formed a band called Canada. And meantime, as a side project, the Shay House sort of appeared, and when Canada finished, we carried on together, and this is the song has come from that catalogue. Gary T came out with the idea, and we worked on it, and that's where we are now.
I'm his mate, Gary. We were in a band back in the day, hooked up many years later with that band Canada. The offshoot band of that is what we've got at the moment, which is called the Shay House.
Okay, may I ask, why the name, the Shay House? Why did you pick that name?
Right, I'll tell you that. There's a pub, and it was in Borsal Common. It was called the Shay House. It's changed now to George in the Underwood or something. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, so I saw that pub now. I thought, well, we've got a great name for a band. And eventually, I got the band. It's like having a child, but having the name first, then you got the baby. I had the name, and then the band came.
You see, we had a name in between that, Arizona to Corona. But unfortunately, there was a pandemic with that word.
And we thought, because most people are stupid, if we had Corona in there, they wouldn't accept the band. It's like Corona beers that ended up being sold off because people were so stupid.
That's right, yeah.
They associated Corona with the beer. So
I never heard about that.
Yeah, the sales dropped. The sales dropped.
Because of that word.
But to support them, I bought various crates, although I wasn't a beer drinker, just to help them out. Because it was a recording project, what we used to do, we used to write the songs. I'd demo that at home. The band knew nothing. We'd book a studio and we'd turn up on the studio on that morning. They didn't know what they were going to play. And then I played the track and they learnt the track on the spot and recorded it on the spot. So it was all done within about 4 or 5 hours, mixing and everything.
And what year was this?
What year is it now?
It's got to be 8-10 years.
I know, yeah.
8-10 years ago.
About that, yeah, something like that.
Wow.
It's a lot of pressure, but everybody delivered because
as a musician, I was playing bass with that project. I'll be honest, I hated it. 9 times out of 10, what we ended up with, we were pleased with. But to go in there not knowing, unless you're some kind of real good session musician, it's like, oh no, I like to rehearse before. I want to work it out.
But it always works.
It worked.
When did you start to make music, and why did you choose the instrument you chose?
Well, I sing with this band, originally a bass guitar player. Started playing probably, I'm going to guess, around 14 or 15. I'd watch those old bands on Top of the Pops. You got your Mark Bolan's and your David Bowie's. And I just thought the bass player looked cool. Picked it up and played it ever since. Had a few lessons to start with. Learned a few Shadow songs and never looked back.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Paul? Where did you start?
I started at 15. Again, when I was about 4, before I could properly speak, I said to my parents that I wanted a tick guitar because I couldn't pronounce the word guitar. So I knew I wanted one. I remember one particular Christmas they bought me one and I saw it. It was plastic. I was gutted. So I thought, this is not real. I even knew then that was not a real guitar. And there's nothing you can do with that. You can't even tune it. So that was it. So finally, I persuaded my father to buy a guitar, which at the time was £11. £2 for the cover. I remember that well. And that was a lot of money to us because we hadn't got much money at all. But he said, are you going to play this? He questioned me, are you going to play it? I said, I'll promise you I'll play it. And by the end of the school holiday, I could play it. I wasn't brilliant, but I knew what I was doing. And I just taught myself. From that point, I should buy an album and just learn all the songs on the album.
Well, you just done that on your own?
Yeah.
And just, that's amazing.
I always do. Even when I was little, one of my first memories was singing to the girl 2 doors away on my father's bench. I used to climb on the bench and sing to her, but I knew about chord sequences. I just knew. I don't know how I knew. Well, I do know because I think it's mere reincarnation. I do know what it's about. But I was always interested in it, and listening to music all the time. I always used to sing along with songs and sort of take them apart. I think probably, Gary Thompson probably listens to the bass parts, but I've always listened to the guitar parts, always since I was little. And that's why I was interested. So I was interested in the chords and scales and finger picking and all that. I tried to teach myself everything, all different styles, just take it all in as much as humanly possible.
Oh, that's amazing, right?
Well, it's easy. So I'm just a conduit for the creator, man.
That's pretty brilliant, though, how you don't have no lessons like that. That's when you can just tell you was destined to do what you was going to do. Do you remember your very, very first song, what you wrote?
Well, in fact, it was sort of really the first proper band I was part of, and it was one of the chaps from school. It was a singer. He got involved with us, and it was a track that we put together. It was a bit like the band UFO, which not everybody would know, and it was based around an A sequence. And I remember the track. It wasn't crap, because a lot of bands when they first start, the first stuff is rubbish, and you look back at it and you think it all has to go in the set because you haven't got any songs. But you look back and think, wow, it's awful.
Our first band, the school band drummer, we were rehearsing in his garage, and the first song that we kind of came up with, we called it Speed, just because it was fast. But it's all a learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like,
because you've got to grow, haven't you? You've got to grow as a musician, grow as a writer.
That's great. I mean, like, as you're on the subject now, have you got a certain ritual or process that you do when you're making a song?
well,
It works always.
I'm kind of new to the writing. I can't play chords and things like that. I'll come out with a groove on a bass line, and I'll present them to Paul, and he sprinkles magic on them, makes it like a real song.
So obviously your process will be different.
Yeah, mine's all over the place. There is no process because sometimes it could be a lyric. Sometimes I'll just write the lyric, but I always write the lyrics in one go, so they're just done in one draft. Sometimes it's chords, sometimes it's a melody, sometimes it's a groove, or sometimes it's a drum beat. It could be anything. One night I was having a dream, and I was in a restaurant in Switzerland, and Mick Hucknall was the waiter from Simply Red, and he came out singing a song. And I got out of bed at 4 a.m, ran downstairs and sang the melody into the phone, and that became a song.
Oh, wow.
So indirectly Mick projected it to me.
Dare I ask what song it was?
It was called Lovers and Thinkers.
Okay, cool.
Lovers and Thinkers.
I don't think I've heard that one.
No, I don't think you have. But he sang that melody, and I thought, that's a catchy little thing. Mick, thanks for that.
Nice one, Mick.
When you die, how do you want people to remember you?
I'd like people to just think Paulie was an individual. That's it. Because I don't think I'm like anybody else.
I think if there's one word if anybody was to ask me one word to sum up Paul, it would be unique.
Erratic.
An individual.
Unpredictable.
Definitely individual, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. I just want them to remember my being, really, just in various situations. Because I'm either clumsy or sometimes I'm told I'm loud. I don't think I am. Whatever it happens to be, just as long as they know I'm not there anymore.
That's a good way. That's a good way to answer the question.
How about you, Bonio?
I don't know. I think it's quite similar. Yeah.
Somebody in 150,000 years from now digging in the dirt to find a Shay House CD. What do you want them to feel?
Moist.
Is that an emotion?
That's all you have to say.
If you can leave people feeling moist, I suppose, yeah. That's good.
To be honest, that's powerful music if you're leaving people feeling
You
moist.
said I could say what I liked.
Have you ever been starstruck?
As in really meeting these people?
Yeah.
I was quite quappy. What's quappy? What's quappy?
I say. Can we say quappy on the radio?
That was quite happy, I should have said. I was quite happy when I met my one of my heroes, Francis Dunnery, who played for It Bites and Robert Plant's band. I was happy to met him because he was a real hero, and he's just a typical northerner from Cumbria who just swears a lot where I don't, and he's just very knowledgeable, really philosophical, and he's studied a lot of psychology and everything else that goes with it. So he's gone from just being a musician to a real deep guru man. He's a bit like that. It was nice to have met him. But I don't think I've been particularly starstruck by anybody, really.
No, I haven't.
The only time I really got starstruck was when I saw Gary from Men Behaving Badly, if you know it. I seen him
Where was that?
I seen him at the Bull Ring in town.
Really?
Normally, I just wanted to go, let me have a picture, but I just seen him. I just watched him walk past and froze. He'd just been for an interview, apparently, like on the BBC.
No
and he was
way.
walking because he was at the pantomime at, doing
the
something.
Hippodrome or
Yeah,
something.
the
Yeah.
Hippodrome, and he was walking from
Yeah.
the BBC to the Hippodrome, yeah. And I was just an idiot, because Men Behaving Badly to me is one of the best.
That was funny.
I still to this day watch that nearly every bloody day.
So you missed your chance there.
Because I saw my mum
Got ya.
starstruck when we did when I was with Joan Armour Trading, and
Yeah.
that was the first time I saw somebody starstruck, where she just she was all louder than that until Joan walked in the room, and then she just was like. And she literally didn't even, and Joan grabbed her hand and she was just frozen. She was literally just
Brilliant.
frozen.
No
And I was
way.
like, Mum, you're quiet. I can't believe you're quiet.
Yeah, I
And
can't believe that
And
either.
then Joan was just professional as always. Just it's like,
so
oh,
funny.
this happens.
Joan Armour Trading is fantastic.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever got?
My brother-in-law, years and years ago, used to say to me, Paul, knock on doors. It basically means, if you don't make the effort to go out, even if they reject you, you've got to just talk to people and go forward and just believe in yourself. So always knock on doors. I think you've got to take every opportunity. I worked at Land Rover once, and one of the chaps there said to me, "You get one golden opportunity in life. If you don't take it, you've blown it." And I one came along in my work life, and I took it, and it did work.
That's
so
great.
I would always say that, and just believe in yourself, whatever people say, because I think, particularly now, people just want to put you down all the time. If you come up with an idea, they go, "No, that'll never work." Well, it bloody will work, because you'll make it work. It's just because they can't do it, that's all. And they want you to all be on that level. But I think you've got to believe in yourself, go forward. Whatever people say, don't listen to the criticism. But if you're in this business, you know, the first time you get on stage, you're open to criticism. As soon as you get up there, what you look like, what you sound like, you're dead, man, aren't you? If you haven't got any strength in yourself or belief, you're dead.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
Do you believe that songs come from the man or from somewhere else?
That's deep stuff, man, isn't it?
I think.
Go on, Gary.
I think they come from us, or our songs do. It's become a bit of a cliche with songs because some people say, "Yeah, it just fell out of the air." We've had that. Not trying to plug it again now, but the Christmas song was like that. But then, having said that, if we'd put that to bed when it was first wrote, we wouldn't have had what we ended up with now. Do you know what I mean?
And what made you pick the song back up? Because how long ago did you first originally write the
Demoed
song?
that, I think, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So what did make you, out of all the thousands of songs you've made, why did you pick that back up?
I was listening to some old tunes and I just couldn't get the damn thing out of my head. It was one of those that we'd kind of like shelved to try and bring it up to date. We got a middle eight in the song and I said, "Oh, I think a rap could work here." It's like,
When he said it, I thought, "Oh my God, you're right."
yeah, it would work.
Because it was just a musical interlude before,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
With the mandolins and the timpani.
It worked fine, but it's
It was
like,
fine, yeah.
actually,
But-
I can't rap, but I could imagine somebody else doing it.
It's amazing that you thought about that, because I wouldn't have even thought of a rap to that, to be honest.
In a Christmas song as well, yeah.
It's amazing you thought of that.
So we approached our good friend Paul Platt.
Sounds handsome.
I sung the original demo. We'd listened to some of Paul's work, and I thought, oh my God, he doesn't just rap, he sings. And I was like, well, I think his voice would suit that song better than mine. He's kind of got a sweeter voice.
You have got a sweet voice, Paul.
So we re-recorded it.
Like an unviolated quiet boy.
There's not many of them around.
Not anymore!
Other than music, name one thing or two things, however many you want, that you can't live without.
My girlfriend's cooking. Everything she cooks is fab from scratch.
That is
Vegetarian.
the best answer.
The second one, I'm just trying to think. Sunshine, 'cause I'm a sun bunny and I've spent my whole life in the sun and it just makes me feel happy.
I couldn't live with that. His girlfriend's cooking. I'm going to steal that one because I do like good food and a nice whiskey. That'll do me.
Who's your biggest celebrity crush?
I might have to think about
Jimmy
that.
Cranky.
Jimmy Cranky, yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Fandabby Dorsey.
I don't know.
I'm sticking with
What, Jimmy Cranky?
Jimmy Cranky.
I don't know. Do you know what? Although my girlfriend hates him, Noel Fielding, I like his clothes.
No, for you.
Yeah, I think he's sometimes not funny.
He was funny in that. What was it?
But
show
I watched
he
him in
did?
the Bake Off.
So wait a minute. I've said who's your biggest celebrity crush? You've said Jimmy Cranky and you've said Noel Fielding. Enough said.
But in my defence, Jimmy Cranky is
Fair
actually
play to you.
female.
Oh, okay.
You have to Google that one. You're too
You
young.
didn't stipulate male or female, did you?
You can say what you want.
I like his dress sense.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Although he claims to be a goth, I don't think he looks like a goth to me.
No, he's not very funny on that baking show.
Sometimes he's a bit puerile, isn't it? But I like that. I like a good puerile joke.
I think he was funny on what was that show they used to do? It's kind of a bit.
I never saw
bit
that.
left wing. Oh, it was
No.
quite dark. It's good.
There was a period of about 20 years. I've not watched any TV, so I don't know many actors, actresses, or anything.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, I just sort of stepped away from it, so I don't know much about what's happening in the world. Even today, I've got no idea. It's a big sort of wild world to me. It's just about lily leaves and grass and meadows and cows. I don't know about wars and stuff.
If you could change bodies with anybody for a day, who would it be?
Wow.
Can I have Bruce Lee's?
I thought you could say Bruce
Bruce
What's
Forsyth.
that? Bruce Springsteen.
Good game.
It
Elvis in the 70s.
could be Elvis in the 60s. 68 comeback. Elvis, because
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, Elvis is just, there can only be one. He must have had so much fun. Freddie Mercury, I wouldn't mind Freddie Mercury for a day, apart from the bum sex.
If you're Freddie, though, you'll like it, won't you? So.
Stay in the studio with Freddie would be quite interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If it was me, it'd probably be Van Damme in the 90s.
Do you know what? I'm not sure I've seen a Van Damme film.
What?
I'm not sure. Can you name one?
You've got Iowa, Lionheart. You've got
No, never heard of them.
name of
Blood
that.
sport, blood something.
Blood
like that.
sport.
No.
Yeah,
Kickboxer. That's the main
No.
one.
kickboxer. Yeah,
You would love it. You would absolutely love it.
I think if there's violence in there and it's not full of gnomes, I probably wouldn't like it.
It's like full of old school. That would sell Kickboxer with gnomes. You're onto something there, man.
Gnome boxer.
just jot that one down.
Okay, you guys have been in the game for a long time up to now. What is the biggest piece of advice you can give to upcoming artists?
Oh, I'd say be yourself. Learn as much as you can. Sing as much as you can. Play as much as you can. But be yourself. Have your influences, but do something different. Strive for something different.
Originality is
Yeah,
key.
it's about originality. There's not a lot of it anymore.
But yeah, play live. If you play music, play live.
Because there's millions of bedroom players, but you know that's no good to anyone.
It's easy to set up camera in your bedroom or your
Yeah.
front room and
Then that's not being a
put
musician.
it out there.
If you had a time machine, where would you go and why?
Wow. Can you only go one way, or can you go both ways?
Wherever you want.
Well, you've said that before.
Not today. I've got an obsession with the Middle Ages, so I'd definitely zip back to the Middle Ages for a while.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Out of
absolutely.
everywhere.
Ever since I was little. So I'd go back there and probably nip into the future, maybe about 1,200 years from there.
Wouldn't it? I don't think there'd be humans around then, would there?
I don't know. So I've been reading a book recently, and they've been taking people into the future, and it seems that there are a lot less humans, no animals. Peace will win over eventually. Love and peace.
I reckon it will, but if there's no human beings,
less humans.
that's what I mean.
But obviously, infertility is on the increase, isn't it? And as time goes on, I think there'll be less people naturally.
I'll say this out loud, but I'm keen on 60s music in general.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to go there to get all that vibe when everything was new.
yeah.
Oh,
You know, all that-
peace, love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
'cause,
flower power.
yeah,
I'd be,
the-
oh my god,
the
I'd have been
time-
a flower child.
yeah, the first time teenagers could enjoy themselves.
Yeah, I know.
With that.
With new fashions and
Yeah.
wild music.
It
We're
was
back
like-
to Elvis, aren't we?
Yeah. But I think that would be good.
A bit of a deep question, but what do you think life is?
Well, I think we're all light. We're all about love. We do not die at the end of this life. We pass on to the next. Well, the sort of what would be called heaven or summerland. And I think we're reborn constantly over and over again with the same soul groups until we reach that level of understanding. But I think it takes a long time to get there.
Is
So-
life a test? Is it a game? That you've
I
got
think
to-
this is, I read recently, this is like a play. Don't take this too seriously because you're coming back again anyway. If you don't hurt people, don't hurt the environment, don't hurt nature, and learn the lessons. You see, I believe that we've all agreed to these lives and we all agree to our death date and everything we do. We've agreed with our soul group to come into our lives and help us to learn what we need to learn. So I think you can look at people's lives and think, oh, in your past life you must have done this because this is what you've got this time. If you've got a disabled child, you'll be taught patience in this one because you didn't have it before. And maybe if you were excessive with money and say a lifestyle in the previous one, this time you would enter a life where you are struggling financially to try and balance the books really. So I believe it's all about that. It's a learning process. I think everybody. And I do believe everybody's connected because we're all a soul. We could have been any type of person in the past, whether it's royalty, peasantry, any country. We could be anything. We're all connected. It doesn't matter about the colour or the creed or the religion. We're all a soul. So I believe that. We're all light.
That's interesting saying that. I've always thought I don't want kids now because I'm sick of them because I've had them before, but I've never had kids. But I'm already
Paul,
sick
that
of
says
kids.
it all.
It sounds ridiculous, but I've always felt that.
Do you know,
That's
I
why
don't
now
think it
I'm
sounds
just like,
ridiculous. I knew in my life, this one, children were not in the equation. They were never in the equation. I was never going to have children, and I haven't.
I've got 3 kids, and similar to what you're saying, I never thought I would have kids. I never really imagined myself, but when they come along,
You adapted.
there's something in us. I believe that's in us all, a parent chip. You know what I mean? But once that child's there, you just go into parent mode. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm doing stuff I had no idea I could do. It's in you. It's in all of us. You just go parent mode, bang, boom, baby, and you just do what you got to do. Hard work. Kids are cool. Kids of the future, man.
I like how you said like you had a parent chip that just activates. I've not heard it like that before. It's great though.
Honestly, I really believe that.
Yeah. And I sort of skipped over you, but what do you think life is?
That's too deep for me, man. Is it a bit of a test, perhaps? Be nice. But you just do the best you can. Be good to people. Treat people how you'd like them to treat you.
Has karma never jumped into your head thinking good things happen to good people? Or
No, I don't believe.
Do you not believe we've been here before?
No.
Do you believe we came from the Big Bang and the gas and all that? We came from fish.
I don't know. Well, I just know that we're here.
I'm very curious now. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience or had deja vu where you're in a room and you're like, I know what she's going to say?
Not really. I used to get a bit of deja vu.
If you've had deja vu, explain it.
I can't, but there is an explanation. There is I'd have to Google that.
I've heard of scientific theory, which I don't believe at all, because I don't believe in anything
heard that
science.
once.
And they said there's a delay in your brain. No, there
Yeah.
isn't, because mine, I have them regularly, and I dream mine, and typically they're 3 weeks before they happen. That's the average. And I have had a bad out-of-body experience as well.
That's what really had me thinking, like, wait a minute, I've seen it before, so we're in a game or
Yeah,
something.
I think that confirms you're on that path.
I didn't even know what a simulation was back then. I was always thinking, okay, this must be like a play or something that we're in. Because it just makes no sense that you can see something, and when it happens once, okay, it might be a coincidence or the delay in your head, but when it happens regularly, 5 or 6 years straight, and you're seeing, like, at school, teachers are about to say something at the blackboard that I know they're going to say, and I just itch my head thinking, okay, so if I have seen it before, and it was from a dream, have you time travelled in your dream? Is that possible to time travel?
Yeah, that's another possibility.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but like thinking of it, like how can you see something what hasn't happened if there isn't the possibility of time travel?
Absolutely.
And I know that it sounds ridiculous, but there has to be a way of getting your brain to the point of ascension.
I think it's all psychological. It's all to do with spiritual things, isn't it? And from what I've read, it's about our vibrations. Our vibrations are not correct in this plane. In the other planes, it's a different vibration. Here, you can't get onto that level because we're not able to do it yet. Some people are, but there's not many.
I think the best analogy I've heard was when I went to see David Icke, and he says we're like a radio tuning in to a certain frequency, and we're on the Earth frequency.
Yeah.
But he said there's many frequencies above us and below us that we can go on if we get in the right vibration, and that's how, like, he explained how life is.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech. Recently, I saw Rowan Atkinson do a speech to people about the freedom of speech, and his thought on it was there should be more exposure to it so people get thick skin to it so it doesn't offend people, rather than ban it in fear of offending people.
That's how it was throughout the time.
That's how
it used to be.
So what's happened? Why is everybody offended about everything? It's ridiculous.
Because they're told they should be.
But they're not. It's nothing to be offended by, is there? There's nothing to be offended by.
Well, freedom of speech is exactly that.
No, we can't. It's like, I consider this to be, I call it UK, United Korea, because it's like Korea now.
Yeah.
You can't say anything, can't demonstrate, you can't do anything, can't say anything about anyone or anything.
Common sense should prevail, but it doesn't.
I don't think that many people are offended. I think it's just the minority,
I
and
agree.
these do-gooders that cause problems all the way along.
I think the people who think are being offended aren't,
No.
like most of the time.
And I think, let's be honest, let the history
Really?
go. History is history. That's why it's called history. It's gone. And it wasn't just this country that had problems. It's a lot of the countries. I'm not going to go into it, but I have very strong views on this. But it's not only England that was causing problems.
But yeah, I saw that Rowan Atkinson talk,
I did.
and I think he's saying it, and I'm just smiling as he's talking. I'm like, yeah.
He's a genius, isn't he? He's just a brilliant writer, isn't he? Because
Really
the talk
good.
was serious, but again, every few lines he was giggling.
But he's great with words, and he put that point across. Don't shut people down for having an opinion. They're not telling you that you have to act that way. It's their opinion. That's it. Yeah. Our opinions will differ on all sorts of things, but we're not going to fight over it. We're not going to fall out.
Yeah.
Somebody's feelings might get hurt a little bit. We're like, okay.
Well, it's big business, isn't it? I think that's the main problem, because, like, even now I hear that they've banned certain episodes of Fawlty Towers.
Yeah, I know. Effing
I'm like,
ridiculous.
how are you going to do that? That's like, that
They're
is
trying
British tradition.
Yeah, they're trying to eradicate the whole of English history, and that's not acceptable. Like Morris dancing, that's been doing it for hundreds of years, and the reason behind that is so people maintain their identity. It was secretive. That's why they blacked the face up, so people couldn't see who it was. It had nothing to do with the racist thing. And anybody looks back into history with a brain will see that.
What's the utopia for these people? What's their ultimate goal? Let's say 50 years time or 100 years time. What is their aim? If they were to be here now and go, oh, you shouldn't say that. Hurty words hurt people. The PC thing has been around for many years and seems to be more chaos than ever.
If you could collaborate with anybody dead or alive, who and why?
I'd love David Bowie to sing a song that I'd had something to do with.
Can you do an impression of him now, Dave?
No, I can't go into David Bowie mode.
Can any of you do impressions of anybody? Good.
Not really.
Well, control to Major Tom. Too many to choose. You go, I'd love to do that.
I don't know. I'd like to write a song with Robert Palmer because he was so cool and smooth.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Imagine just off the top how you go straight to Bowie and you go straight to... So they must have had a big impact in your life just to...
Not really.
More lately than back in the day.
ABBA, Benny and Bjorn. Benny and Bjorn. I would like to work with them. I think they'd be fab. I think they'd be fun. Good fun, especially Benny, piano man. But I think that they just didn't take everything seriously, but they were great songwriters. I thought they had a great command of the English language considering the Swedes. Slightly worn and dignified, not too oversex. I thought it was a great line for Sweden. Well, they're quite open, aren't they, really?
Wow.
Have you guys ever done acting before? Whether it be in school for a play or anything like that?
Well, Everard.
Life's a stage. Every day I act. Sometimes you do have to.
You're a natural, Daniel, are you?
No, it's the answer to that question.
When I was in Oliver, when I was about 10, I was the undertaker at school.
Oh, wow.
And then when we had a musical play, which was written by two of the teachers in secondary school. It was so funny, called Mulligatawny.
He was in Oliver?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We were like the young gentleman's orchestra, so we had to dress in top hat and tails. There were three of us, guitar players, and we were the musical accompaniment to the play, so I did that a few times.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Apart from that, no.
Out of all the musical performances you've seen, what would you say is the best performance you've saw?
I saw AC/DC in 1979 before Bon Scott died.
I was there.
At Birmingham Odeon with strippers.
That was cool.
We had two strippers on our night. We were lucky, and we were 17-year-olds at the time, looking at these naked women. Unbelievable.
First
unbelievable.
lady naked chest I'd ever seen.
I'd say it was, apart from my mother's excessively
That
large
don't count.
bosom.
Weirdly, my first boobs that I saw, like other than...
What were my mother's? I knew she was a bit loose.
No, it was at the WOMAD festival I went to when I was a kid.
No.
Yeah, because I know you've just been there,
Yeah.
but that's why, like, when he said, like, Gary went, oh, yeah, he's at some toward WOMAD, I was like, that's all I think of, because when I went there was just naked women walking around non-stop when I went there. Because it's just multicultures around the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have people fly in from, like, New Zealand and stuff like that, and, like, I just love the different cultures. But that's where it was, and actually, like, the best band I ever saw as well. I wish to God I would have got the name.
Who was it? I don't know.
It was a Indian band, and there was all sitting in a circle on stage at WOMAD. They had like the little tabla drums like you have. I've saw not a lot of bands, but I've saw a fair few, and transcendent, I suppose, is the word.
I went to see an Indian performance once, and it had Larry Coryell, the guitarist, but he had an Indian band, and their tabla player, oh my God. Pakesh, the performance was called. He was just fantastic, just unbelievable. Probably the best tabla player I've ever seen. He was just mega. But that would mean that was a good one. I saw Page and Plant with the Egyptian orchestra, and that was just fab. That's how Led Zeppelin should have been done. That was just great. I saw the Stones, man.
Oh, you actually saw them, look?
Yeah, I've seen twice.
Stones.
But they're great because it's like 2 hours non-stop performing. Just it doesn't stop. Mick doesn't stop. The first time I saw Bruno Mars, I thought was phenomenal. That was a fab show. I saw Janet Jackson. Wow. We saw ELO and the Jeff Lynne's ELO. That was fab. Fleetwood Mac. I saw Fleetwood Mac a few times. They're fab.
Oh, I'm jealous about that.
Eagles, best harmonies in the world. Just unnaturally perfect.
Wrapping up, where's the best place for people to follow you? Would that be Facebook or...
Don't ask me.
I'll put the link on the screen. I'll find whatever it is after this and put it while we're talking about
the
it.
Shay House band Facebook page. You get us on SoundCloud. We've got loads of tunes on there if people want to have a listen to the music. That's free, obviously. Just sign up. That doesn't cost anything. Reverbnation is another one. And that's about it at the moment.
That's brilliant.
We're going to be working on a new YouTube channel very soon, hopefully.
And any finishing quotes for the people out there watching this awesome podcast?
Be good.
Live life like every day is Friday.
Well, on that, thanks for the chinwag, gentlemen.
You're welcome. That was fast.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.